Hi guys, here's what we're making today. This is that raw edge leather tote. So it's all leather, front and back, on the bottom, little pocket for my phone, and then I added one of my little tags, little purse tag with a cork tag on it. This is Jeannie's Designs. I used all black matte hardware. I love these strap connectors by Sew Yours. And then there is a snap, and it's all raw edge. No pockets, no nothing. Now, interestingly enough, two of these side seams I glued down, and two of them I just used double-sided tape. I can tell which ones I did what to. And I will say that I prefer the tape. So, let me clean that up a little. There we go. For just a very simple raw edge tote bag, I absolutely love it. Now, this could easily be, have a drop-in lining, easily. And then if you had a lining, you could put a little something in the bottom here to give it a little more oomph. You could still just put a false bottom in too. Oops. But here it is. This is what we're making in the video today. You'll see my process. It's just the perfect size. I go over all the measurements. There's no pattern. Just a very simple tote bag. Let me pull it down. Very simple tote bag. And I've been kind of manhandling it, so it's a little bit wrinkled, but that's okay. That's it. I'm calling it the Barbie leather tote bag. Isn't it cute? Very simple. All right, let's get started. Hi everybody, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs. I'm getting ready to do the Unlined leather tote bag. And I was going to do it live, and then I thought, you know what, I better just do a recorded version, and then if this goes well, I can do a live version. So it's just dimensions that I made up. So this is 12 by 12 with a foam pocket, which is, oh gosh, my foam pocket is 7 by 5 3/4, and I folded over the top, so the top is not a raw edge, and just basted that. And then I'm going to sew this on. It's about 1 1/4 inches up from the bottom, but the front's 12 by 12, the back is 12 by 12, the sides and the bottom are 12 by 5, and then I have 30-inch handles, all raw edge. So let's see how it goes. I don't know. So I'm just going to sew this pocket on. And then I probably will put some rivets. Just in the corners outside of my seam. And so I'm treating the inside just like it's the outside, since it's going to be raw edge, but that's what it looks like from the outside, the inside. And that's what it looks like from the inside. Here's my phone. Let's see how it fits. Phone fits perfect in there. Okay. Let's add some rivets. I'm using black matte hardware. So let's just add a couple rivets. So I really, honestly, I don't know how this is going to go, since it's my absolute first raw edge leather bag. So I'm just going to put these in the corners. There's going to be a little bit of noise. Staying out of my stitching. That didn't go through. That did. Okay, I think that went through. Let's see. No. Very thick leather. This is probably 3 point. That one went through. This one didn't go through yet. I'm being judicious. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. Okay, let me go press those, then we'll carry on. All right, so I played around with where to place my strap connectors, and so I decided on 1 1/4 inch down and 2 inches over. So that's where they go. And now we're just gonna stitch around those and see how we do. I'm gonna decrease my stitch length to a 4. This is gonna be pretty thick, so, and I will pull these to the back. Let's see. I will be adding rivets as well. That's not really too bad. I need to go over just a hair more. There we go. I'm going to go backwards just for a couple stitches to avoid my hardware. And I'm just pulling that thread to the back. Just going really slow, very visible stitching. Okay, hold those threads and pull that one to the back. Even them up and tie them off. Then we'll see how we did. I am using Tech 70. I think you really have to on leather, especially this thicker leather. Pretty good. It's not exactly straight there, but that's okay. All right, let's get this one on. Same scenario. I'm gonna try and go straighter. And then I'm gonna go backwards. Okay. I didn't pull one to the back, so they're both back here. Let's see if I can get them. That one I got. Oh, good. I got this one too. Perfect. Sometimes when you don't pull them, they get stuck and they're really hard to pull back. I like it. Okay, let me, let's think about where we're gonna put some, rivets. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm gonna put one here in the center and one here. So 2 up and down. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm getting, I'm catching this piece in the back. So it gives it, in addition to the stitching, it's giving it a lot of strength there. That's what I think. A lot of layers there. Perfect. I would not even attempt this with my hole punch. My handheld hole punch anyway. Okay. Now these are not my long rivets. I'm gonna see how they're gonna do. Yeah, these are fine. These are just regular size rivets. Perfect. So far, so good, guys. The seams around will be the kicker. So, okay, let me go press these 4. All right, so there's what we have. I'm liking it so far. Let's repeat that on the other side. There's no pocket on this side. So, all right, 1.25 inches down and 2 inches over. Okay. did I do with my tape? Here it is. I probably did overkill on the Decaville here, but it's going to be a decent sized tote, so I don't want anything stretching or coming loose, you know? We'll see. First time for everything, you know? Okay, there's one. What did I do with my other one? Whoop. There it is. I think this is Decaville Heavy. It probably would have been smarter to use Decaville Light. Okay. Another piece of tape here. And then we'll sew these on. I should be taking notes. I think I better stop and take some notes. Of course, I got it recorded, don't I? Huh? Good. Okay. All right, let's sew those on. Same way we did last time. And if you'll notice, I'm sewing so that my zipper foot is closest up here. So I don't have to fight my hardware. Okay. So far, so good. Perfect. Okay, let's do this next one. I'm gonna pull my threads a little here. Thumper's not having any issues going through all this, which is a beautiful thing. Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to get my little leather mark off of there on both sides. Perfect. All right, let's add our rivets. So again, I'm always putting my buttons, and that's a different size. So that's not good, Borb. I have two different sizes of rivets in here. Some I bought, and some I purchased myself. So I'm just making sure that they're the same size on the front. I don't care about the back. There you go. Pay attention to that if you're doing rivets, because they're slightly different depending on where you get them from. All mine are going to be the same size, but you just never know. It's not a bad thing for the vendor. It's just, you know, you have to be careful when you're putting them on. Perfect. All right, let me go press this. I'm going to push you back just a little. It seems so close. So I think what I'm going to do, and I may be not doing this the right way, but this is my bottom. And these are my sides. I'm trying to figure out a way to strengthen my bottom. I think what I may do once I get it done is glue a false bottom in. That's probably what I'll do. Yeah. All right, so right now I'm just going to put my bottoms together and sew my seam allowance. And I'm using 1/2-inch seam allowances. And let's add the other side. Half inch. Now, I'm debating whether I glue my seams flat because they won't stay if I don't glue them. I'm thinking, as you're watching, I'm thinking. I'm gonna try some Aleene's glue. Now I have some cement, which might be better, but I'm just gonna try this. I don't know if it'll work. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna glue them and then I'm gonna top stitch them. I'm gonna use my really long clips. These are amazing clips. My friend Ann sent me. Okay, let's try that. Give that a minute to dry. I don't know how well this is gonna hold it. Now, like I said, I am gonna stitch it, but we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for just a little bit. And we'll see. And then I will top stitch them. Okay. All right, while my gusset is drying, those seams, I'm gonna make 2 washers. Oops, I just dropped something. And I just changed my mind. I'm gonna do them out of leather. And I'm making them for my magnetic snap. Okay. So this is just another little die that I have out of this set. Oh, it was just another little die. Let me pick it up before I lose it. And I'm just going to punch a hole. Now, these aren't very thick, but I think they're going to be thick enough. Just punching a hole in the middle. Okay. And then I marked 2 inches down for my snap, I'm using a rivet magnetic snap. Centered, obviously. Oops, that didn't go through. There we go. Okay. That tool, you guys, if you're going to do anything with leather, it's invaluable. It truly is. Okay, so honestly, it doesn't matter which side is which. So I'm just going to put one on here. Then I'm going to add a little washer in my button. That's it. Let's do the other side. Little baby washer. You know, some people are selling these washers now. You can make them so easily yourself. All right, let me go press this. All right, so I have my snap on the inside. All right, now let's take our gusset. We're almost done. Well, we're not almost done. And I think my glue is pretty good. And we're gonna stitch these down anyway. So let's stitch them. I'm stitching mine at 1/4 inch, so they're nice and flat. Since my seam was a 1/2 inch. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Let's do this side. 1/4 inch. All right, perfect. All right, so that's what it looks like on the back. Nice. So because there's no lining, that's what it looks like on the front. All right, next step. All right, guys, here we go. This will be the true test. Oops. I've got to find the center of my bottom. I'm like, oh dear, that's not right. This is probably the trickiest part right here. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So far, so good though. Makes me want to go ahead and just line it with something, but it doesn't really need it. You know? Okay. Let's bring it up to the top. I'm really not a bag designer, even though I have a few patterns. So all the math involved, not really me. It's not really something that interests me, although I have a wallet pattern in the works that I'm working with someone else on because they're better at it than me. Baby stage is really just in the discussion stage. So, I don't know if it'll ever come to pass or not. Okay, so these corners are probably going to be my trickiest spot. And I am going to just clip them. And I probably will round them just a little. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking out loud, guys. I'm really not into square edges. I prefer round edges. So we'll see how that goes. No. I'm just clipping half my seam allowance. And I'm trying to avoid my top stitching on my side seam there. All right, let's try it. No harm, no foul. Not sure what you can see. I might bring my Kellys out and just pull it a little bit. And then I'm just going to go to my corner here and then turn. And I'm only doing a 1/4 inch on the bottom. I don't know why, but that's what it worked out to be. Okay, I don't know why it did that. Okay. I don't know. It looks really good. My seams are on the corners, which is nice. Now I'm trying to decide what to do with my seams here. Let me think on it. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and put this other side on, and then I might do some gluing with my Aquilium leather cement. Haven't decided. Or I might just be happy with the way it is. We'll see. I might have to consult one of my leather friends. It looks really good though, so far. So it ends up being, it's going to end up being 11 by 11 because I started 12 by 12 and I'm using 1/2 inch seam allowances, which is a good size tote, really, when you think about it. Okay. Let's clip that corner. I mean, the techniques for leather are just dealing really with the thickness. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud what else it is. I don't know. I would probably do the gusset different, more like the not Mr. Heckles. Yeah, Mr. Heckles. Do it more like Mr. Heckles. But let's see how we do it. Trying to avoid any puckers if I can. Oh man, they went way over here. Okay. Very interesting, Barb. think it looks really good. Now these seams, let me think about what I'm going to do at the top here. Okay. I think I'm just going to fold them over a 1/4 inch. I'm going to see. I'm going to clip it and we're going to see. And I think I'm going to just trim these seams at an angle. Let's see if that helps me. Yeah. Yeah, that helped me. I'm not even taping them. Which you certainly could tape them. Just trying to make sure I'm not cutting my thread when I'm trimming that. Yeah, clipping those seams really helps with the thickness here. I think I will go over to Thor. Just pushing my square rings down. This is quite the fun process, really. All right, I think I'm just going to do it on the fabricator. I need to check my bobbin, though. Oh, I have plenty of bobbin, I believe. Yeah. So I am going to do it from the inside as well. That's what I think. I'm going to start in the back here. Well, no, I'm not going to do it from the inside. I'm going to do it from, I didn't turn it right side out. So yeah, I'll do it from the outside. And I will pull my threads to the inside. I'm thinking as I go, guys. I'm going to increase my stitch length to 5, and I am going to just go. Just going to go for it. There we go. I might do 2 rows of stitches. We'll see. I'm getting to this one of the side seams. I'll see how thick it is. Oh, Thumper doesn't have any issues. He says, just give it to me. I can do it. It helps to angle those, that side seam. Trim it a little. Yeah, I'm going to do another row stitching around the top. Okay. Okay, let me tie this off, and then we're going to go around one more time. I probably should have started this on the side, but that's okay. Okay. So there's that first row all the way around. So I'm going to do another row right next to that, like an 1/8 inch from that. And I'll just start over here on the side this time. Oh, pull that to the back. Okay, guys. Let's pull that to the back and tie it off. Then we really just have the handles to do. There's a little loop here. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's fine. You can't see it from the outside. Weird. All right, so there's 2 rows of stitches, and that's the inside, and here's what it looks on the outside. Pretty good. Okay, I am going to trim my corners down here. I just don't need a bunch of excess corner action. I'm not going to do anything with these seams, I don't think. At least not this first go around. Okay. Let's turn it right side out. See how we did. Sorry, my phone is making a bunch of noise. I mean, you could easily do a drop-in lining if it was fairly thin material. It smells so good too. Oh my gosh, you guys. Now, it's a slouchy bag because it doesn't have any Salpa or any interfacing. So it's not a real structured bag, which, you know, I'm okay with. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me work on this corner just a little. All right, let me think about the handles. All right, I kind of decided that I am going to double up my handles. I have plenty of this leather to do it. And I just think it'll be a little more sturdy and last longer if I have a double handle. And my machine can handle it, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one. So I'm just putting a piece of double-side tape down the center. And probably leather makers are going, no, you should glue it. Well, this is just a real practice for me. So I am just going to tape it and then stitch it. These are 31.5 inch. I have no idea why I did that, but they're actually a good length, I think. Because I am going to turn them and put 2 rivets in. Okay. All right, I'm just going to do my top stitching. I'm going to grab my, oh, you know what? I'm going to change my, let me change my bobbin. And I put my guide on here too. Okay. All right, so I'm thinking, do I want to do another row? I don't think I do. Not for this bag. Let me see. Okay. No, I'm not going to do another row. So, my rivets are going to go... I gotta find my pen. So I'm gonna do a C and an A. And then I'm gonna do from that, I'm gonna do a ½ inch up and do another C and A. That's my plan. Let's try it. Okay, so here is my rivet guide that is from Jolie Lee. So I'm using holes C and A, and I just put the end of it here, and I marked C, and then I went up a ½ inch and marked C and A again. So there's 4 holes. I'm going to do the same thing down here. So I'm marking C right on the end and A. Then I'm coming up a ½ inch and marking C and A again. So I can have 2 rivets. Let me see. I don't think that one went through. There we go. Don't hit yourself, Barb. Perfect. Okay, so see how this comes out here? It comes out this hole, all your little holes. I'll clean that up in a bit. Okay, let me just see. I have my rivets. Pulled. And I made sure all my rivets matched before I did this. Okay, I like it. Then we're gonna do this. These are not long rivets either. Doesn't really need it. Okay, let me go press those. All right, guys, it turned out really good. Look at that. All right, I'm just going to do this other one with you, you know. So I went and cut 2 new pieces. They're just 1-inch pieces. Put some tape down the center. I'm really glad I put these together. It's better. Okay, and let's put them wrong sides together. I mean, you could edge coat all this. This particular leather really doesn't fray much. I will, just because, go and burn the edges. Okay. All right, let's stitch down each side. Okay. All right, let's grab the little tool here. Oh, that didn't catch there, so let me do that. Let me just do another little stitch here. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's mark for our holes. Again, straight on the edge, C and A. Come up a 1/2 inch and mark C and A. Do that on both ends. C and A. Come up a 1/2 inch and mark C and A. Perfect. And let's punch our holes. Perfect. I'm kind of dangerous with these hammer. I think they make better tools for this, but I spent my wad. I'm not going to buy any more tools right now. Okay. We're almost done, guys. I'm pretty proud of it. It came out pretty good for a first go. All right, let's put our rivets on. Bring that up and through. Okay. Make sure we're not twisted. Okay. Did you hear my stomach growling? I gotta go eat something. Okay, so here is the difference. I put, these need to go on the outside. They're slightly bigger. My stems are slightly bigger than my buttons, and I want them all to match. So I'm glad I saw that. Yep, perfect. Just pay attention to that. There's nothing wrong with having different sizes, but where you see it, you want it to all match. All right, let me go press those and I'll be back. I think I did pretty good for my first try. A raw edge. Now I'm gonna see what I can do to, it's not that important to me, but I'm gonna just do some review of how things went. But the cell phone pocket, let me put my cell phone in here. Perfect. It could actually be a little bit deeper, but it's fine. I think I'd make it half an inch deeper, but it's fine the way it is. And I love my strap connectors from Sew Yours. And then in the back, and it's got handles, doubled handles, and then a snap, and then on the inside there's nothing. You could put another pocket on the inside. I don't think it needs it. And then I'm going to think about what to do here. I could turn it inside out, and I think I will glue those down. Yeah, I think I'll glue those seams down. Let me get rid of my phone out of there. But I love it. It's a great size. For me, it's not huge. See there? Isn't that perfect? All leather. I love it. I think we'll just call this the Barbie leather tote. There's no pattern. I'm gonna go. Let me go over the sizes that I use. So the front and back were 12 by 12. The sides and the bottom 3 pieces were 12 by 5. The handles are 31.5 inches, and I made 4 of those because I doubled them up. And the pocket was 7.5 by 5 3/4. So I'd probably make it 8 by 5 3/4 because I folded the top down 1/4 inch and stitched that. And then on the top, all my seams were 1/2 inch except on the bottom, they were 1/4 inch. And then on the top, I just folded it over by 1/4 inch and did 2 rows of stitching. Yeah, 2 rows of stitching all the way around. I love it. For my first try, I'm very happy with it. Very happy. I'm going to just kind of review it and make some notes. I'm going to turn it inside out. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to glue the seams down with some leather glue. My phone is going off like crazy. Sorry, guys. And I'll glue that and probably let that sit. All right, guys, here's what we made. The Barbie leather tote bag. Very simple, nothing fancy. One phone cell pocket on the outside. I added a little tag with my logo on it. That's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click like, subscribe, and comment. And it's kind of a process that you just saw, you know, on how to make a bag that you've never made before with no pattern. That's all there is to it. Thanks. Bye.